Okay. So I'm starting my seeds and I'm using cocoa peat as my medium. This time I'm not using garden soil. This kind of medium gives the seeds a good start because it has minerals. It's very well aerated. And then because I start them in a tray, I'm going to be able to monitor them because I plan to keep them indoors near a window so that I don't have insects eating my precious seeds. Yeah, so I'm going to fill the cocoa peat on the tray. I'm going to start half the tray because my garden is not so big. I can't start all of them at once. And the garden is also almost full right now. So I'll start a few that I have space to plant. When they are ready, then when I harvest what I have, I'm going to start another few seedlings. Yeah, so I'm going to get a bit dirty and fill the tray. And you can slightly tap it to make sure it goes in. So ideally, it would be better if you get the fewer holes, like 6, so you can start each seedling on its own. But because I didn't find that one, I just decided to use what I got. And I'm going to be starting each plant on a row, and then I'm going to come over with some labels and label it, so that you know what we put where. So I think that space is enough. I'm going to come with the seeds. So now I'm making holes. I've really never started seeds on this medium before. I'm relying fully on what I've seen other people do, or what I actually imagine is the right thing, or maybe even what I do with my seeds in the garden. So I'm going to choose a few of these. I think I'll start the spinach, the sweet salad mix, and I'm leaving these others for when I'm a bit yeah. So I'll start these 3 for today. So there's the tomatoes, the sweet salad mix, and the blue, wherever, that one. It's a spinach. So I'll need about can actually direct sow, but I'm not a fan of direct sowing. So I prefer to always start my seedlings. The hole should not be so deep, just a medium size, like halfway the hole. So I want to put 2 lines. Here's my tool. Okay, it's done. Go to the next one. It's the sweet salad mix. Just repeat the same process. Wow, these ones are tiny. I just hope I'll make it. I usually just pour them in the garden, but this time I have to be really careful. But I've seen in farms where I go to buy my seedlings, this is actually what they do. So somehow I believe it's doable. Yes, it is. But these things are so tiny. So the tinier the seeds, the smaller the depth of where you want to plant it. Surely, like the tiny seeds, you don't even need to cover them much. Just let them be. So they make sure it gets inside, otherwise you will lose it. Okay, I have some more in my hand and looks different, so I want to make sure at least I get the mix so that I don't just end up with one. I think that's sufficient for that particular one. So I'm going to keep starting them. I usually like to plant my crops successively. So before these ones are totally grown, I'll also put another batch so that as I harvest the others that are in the nursery and just following each other. So at every one point, I have something. So these ones looks like it's a climbing tomato, and my climbing space is quite limited. So I'm just going to plant like 5 of these. I also felt the seeds are not so many inside here. It's just going to start 5 for now. And then the next time I come, I'll start another 5. So that at every one point of the season, I do have some tomatoes. Here in Kenya, you can grow crops around the year. We don't have winter or extreme summer. We do have dry seasons, but water is accessible, I think, to most people. So you really don't have like strict seasons of growing. While some crops prefer some conditions, like tomatoes prefer the hotter seasons, but they'll still do even in the cooler seasons. Just need to take some measures. So we really don't have like strict growing seasons. It's just the way you would like to grow. You can do irrigation. You can rely on rain during the rainy season, but you actually can grow throughout the year. It's very possible. Like us, there's no time our garden is fully empty. Sometimes it's struggling, but there's always something that is thriving. So we are glad to be able to grow food all through. It's a blessing. The leafy vegetables, like the indigenous ones, they do really well during the rainy season. You get plenty. For me, I usually grow them and then preserve them for the drier seasons. But still, even in the drier season, I'll never fully lack fresh vegetables from the garden. But I still go ahead and preserve. For the tomatoes, I do canning. So I don't mind when I grow them, because even if I have plenty, I'll still be able to preserve them for when I don't have plenty. So it's a good way of remaining sustainable and self-sufficient. We can't grow food, all this energy, all this time you use in the garden, all the effort, and then you just end up throwing it away because it's in plenty. It's not fair even to yourself. So make sure you learn a few methods. If you'd like me to do videos on how to preserve food, please comment down below and tell me what you've grown, you've gotten in plenty, and then you don't know what to do with it. I'll be able to guide you or maybe show you how to preserve it for it to stay longer and for you to have a supply throughout the year. Go ahead and like this video to encourage us to make more content. Tell us if you enjoy this kind of content or actually what content you'd like us to make. Give us a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You've come a long way. Please subscribe to this video, to our channel, so that you get encouraged to make more content like this. So I'm doing my last plant and I want to do the tomatoes. I add another tomato. Did I really? Yes, I did have. I actually can do the pepper, the sweet pepper, the carnivore blend. These two last rows. And then we call it a day for today. Then we'll come back. We're actually doing a series with this collection. If you haven't watched our seed haul, please go ahead and watch that video. We will link it in the description box. And make sure to watch that video so that you see what we are growing with you together. We're going to do videos all the way from now when we are seed starting to how we are going to take care of these seeds, to when we transplant them, and the whole journey of growing them in the garden all the way to the harvest. I also promised that I'm going to share seeds once I harvest. I'm a great seed saver. I've done videos on seed saving. If you want to see how I do my seed saving, you can also watch the video in the description box. I'm going to leave a link. So please hang around. If you are here long enough, you will know when we are sharing seeds and you can actually get some of this. Once we grow them and we are able to save seeds, we are going to share them with our followers. So please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment if you'd like some of these seeds. And when this series is complete, you're going to get a few seeds. So these are the peppers. This is a mix of peppers, so I'm making sure I grow quite a number so that I at least get one of each. I'll try to be as careful as I can not to kill any of these plants. And I really hope they do well in my climate. I believe they will. I have grown seeds from outside before and they have done well. So I believe these ones are not an exception. Just take some TLC, some tender love and care on these ones, and then sure to get a harvest. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep these indoors near a window, and I'm going to be using my spray bottle every other day to water them. Make sure the soil remains moist, and then our seeds, I'll take you in the journey. I'll show you when they start germinating and how they are doing all the way to the harvest. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, if you have a vision, add some passion. I'll see you in the next one.